Alright, I think we're good to go. Let me adjust my handy dandy microphone. Anyways, hello everybody, Debo here. This is going to be season 4 vlog number, I think this is 7. The reason why I did one so soon the other day was because, the whole passive exploit came out. I'm not going to talk too much about it today. If you guys want to hear more about it, it was in the last video, number 6. But I'm going to go over it real quick. What happened? There was an exploit where you can get all the passives. It came out, and within the next day of it really being out, Blizzard restarted the servers, and I do believe they fixed it, or they hot fixed it out, or they changed something in the game, which restarted everything, which got rid of everything, or something like that. I gotta go double check into this. I'm like 90% sure you can't do it anymore. So if they did do it, then they basically were deleting all threads that were talking about it. There was no blue response, and they just removed it. Even on the Reddit, there was nothing about it there either. So I guess they removed it from there. It wasn't deleted, but it was like hidden away. The original thread that had a lot of upvotes, and then also Diablo fans, there's a small thread about it, but not too many people were talking about it. So long story short, it got patched out. No punishment's been handed out to the people that used it, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. But at this point, I kind of feel I don't really think anything's gonna happen. Do I care? I mean, at this point, I kind of feel like I don't know. The best way to say it is, I guess I'm not surprised. I mean, the last couple seasons we had issues with the exploits every single season. Last season they did deal with the Blood Shark exploit, but then they deal with the Death's Bargain. I don't know. It seems like a lot of people are upset about it. Then you got the people who just say basically, who cares? It's not going to make a big difference anyway. And my big thing is, hold on one second. There we go. My big thing is, I mean, personally for me, I can care less. Whatever happens, because it's been a lot of fun playing with people I know and, growing the community and having a good time. I just don't like the message that it sends, because if you don't punish people for cheating and doing stuff like that, then one or two things are going to happen. You're going to have people start cheating a lot more, or you're going to have people just basically not want to play the game anymore because they feel self-defeated. And the reason why you don't want people to go ahead and start hacking, if you're stupid, or you start using bots or going to certain sites and certain programs, they have keyloggers. They can record your information on your computer. They can record your account. They can compromise your account. But I guess you can just blame the person for going into that area, doing it themselves. People get their accounts compromised, and Blizzard has to come back and deal with it later. A lot of bad things can go down. And then, you do got people that got common sense that just, they can go ahead and use those kind of programs, and they know how to make sure they don't get in trouble. But I'm just talking about the players that are new to Diablo, and, you don't want them to get bad habits and go to sites they're not supposed to and then get their accounts compromised. So that's my big thing. But, that's all I have to say about it. Hopefully they punish people for it. If not, I'm not surprised. But this, everybody knew about it. Everybody knows what's up. So, it pretty much just is what it is at this point. So, hopefully nothing else comes out this season. Besides all that, I got the Paragon 600 the other day. Did a Greater Rift level 61. I was pretty happy about that. The only weird thing was, alright. I've noticed the mob density has been pretty terrible as comparable to what PTR was. Now, I don't know if they reduced the mob density because all the lag issues with the Helltooth and everything like that, or just what's been going on. I'm not too for sure myself. But, yeah, I don't know. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know how you guys feel. I feel like the mob density is pretty shit. Like, when I was doing a 60 the other day, it took me 35 attempts to get one rift that was decent and beat it, and I had about 3 minutes left. And then the next day I did 61, because I'm just slowly progressing upwards. I ran 2 dungeons on 61, and the second one had really good density, and let me tell you, I smashed that rift, had about a minute and a half left, or something like that. So, it's really weird right now in season, or at least with the Greater Rift system, because it just, I mean, like, I mean, I think what would help the RNG is just if they just okay, maybe if you got crappy monsters, that's okay. But as long as you had a certain amount of monsters on your screen or in a certain area, then that would be okay. So hopefully they look into the mob density thing. But I mean, it's just gonna be what it always is. It's just basically fishing a bunch of rift, getting a lot of keys, and just spamming through it. And that's why I was telling a lot of people, like, don't get caught up with just trying to rank so early on the season. Some people will get there, some people don't. Just focus on getting your paragons, getting all your perfect sets of gear, planning out your builds, and just have an end game. Like the big thing is you just need to have like a lot of greater rift keys, have a lot of craftable mats, and as long as you do that and you just keep persevering through, and you just keep consistently farming on a regular basis and playing out the season, eventually you'll get all that perfect gear and you'll have a decent Paragon level. And once you have the solid gear set of what you want to build, you said, okay, well, what you could do is just basically look up the number one guy and be like, okay, what is he doing? Or look at the top 10 guys. What gear are they doing? Okay, well, let me see if I can copy the same gear setup. Hey, you've been farming a lot. You copy all the whole gear setup. And then at that point, you just say, okay, well, I got the same gear as them. Maybe I don't have as high of Paragon level, but now I have a lot of keys because I've been farming on a regular basis. And I'll just sit here and spam my keys until I was able to get to the same rank as they do, or at least get within a couple levels of it. And that's all you do. And then you rank and you're done. So if you are not on the leaderboard yet, or you're not up there, don't discourage yourself. You got plenty of time. It's 4 months. Just focus on perfecting your gear, realizing what your in-game gear options that you want to do, like what do you want to end up, what kind of stats you want to have your gear, and what build you want to run. And like I said, if you want to make it real easy, just copy whoever's in top 10. Copy their setup, and then run it yourself, and then practice it until you get it. And then, just keep building up those crafting materials and keep building up the greater rift keys, because that's going to be pretty important towards the end of the season. I know that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple days. I got my 61, and then probably next week I'll go for 62, 63, and I'm just slowly progressing upwards, But just trying to stack up those death breath, and just get perfect gear sets. Like my Mana Gemma's Arc Hero set, this is my T8 to T10 farming set when I get death breath, because it just farms really quick. As you can see, I've been pretty much perfecting most of my gear. Like my offhand's pretty on point. I like the critical chance to be a little bit higher, but I mean that's pretty decent. The only thing I can get better on the manager is Glory Fetch. If I were able to get Ancient, roll the Vitality off, and maybe get like elite damage, that'd be great. But I mean for now that's fine. This weapon rolled pretty damn near good. Could have rolled a little bit higher on the damage, but I mean cooldown reduction, almost 10%, but the 10% damage in the end, that's a pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with that. The shoes. I think this is pretty solid for the shoes, but I think for the shoes, what I want to get is get one that has Int Vitality. I think I can get spider damage on the shoes, and then have the regeneration life because I use it with the Molten Wildebeest Gizzard. And the more life per second you have, the better off you are. Like this pants were pretty much on point. I think I could get better secondaries. I don't know if I'm actually going to go for the better secondaries, but let me take a look real quick with the second. Oh, well, I can't check it out. I have to pull something else. But, for the secondary effects, I got to look in to see if I can get something better there. This restraint's okay, but I need a better one. I'd like to get one ancient with good int rolls and critical percent chance critical damage. So I might spend a lot of my death breaths on rings next. I think that's what I might do. This one's pretty cool because it has cooldown reduction. What I'd actually would like is to have critical damage, critical chance, cooldown reduction on both rings. That would be pretty nice because I wanted a high amount of a cooldown reduction because, the more often I can spam the Angry Chicken over and over again. Pretty happy about the gloves. Chest I'm pretty happy about. Of course, strong arm bracers are good. This one was pretty nice, with the good necklace with the cooldown reduction and your car's helmet. And I got these nice shoulders because somebody dropped them in party the other day. So, this is what you should be focusing on. Just focusing on perfecting your gear and getting everything rolled out. With Carnival and stuff, I'm just trying to perfect everything, get everything ancient. And then once I get everything ancient, make sure all the rolls are good, then, you can start progressing upwards and trying to min-max every single little thing. I got my health 2 stuff here I'm perfecting, and I'm even collecting, the alternative zombie bear stuff, just trying to optimize everything. And I might even start collecting like something for experience build, but I don't know if if it's the point of doing that. And then also starting to level up my gems, like, I got my Bend of the Stricken up to 56, Facer's Toxin Gem I need to get up, my Zai Stone's up to 56, so, I'm getting there. But these little things, improving your gems, getting perfect rolls on everything, and just keep farming and stacking up your craftables is what you should be focusing on. Getting all your yellows, your blues. Might have to convert some of these yellows to whites, which will be perfectly fine. So I got a lot of crafting maps in general. Death's Breath is always a bitch, but I mean, it's something you got to do. And I don't think I'll be farming too much of the craftable items or the certain items from the bounties, because I don't see the point in it. But I mean, that's pretty much about it. So hopefully your guys' season's going pretty well. I'll keep you up to date if anything happens, if they do start rolling people back for the exploit. I don't think they will. I mean, I would just tell you, just don't worry about that. I mean, because if you're going to get bothered over that, it's just not going to do any good anyway, right? So just keep enjoying your season. Keep pushing your risks. And just remember, keep farming. Keep farming. It's all about getting the right rolls on gear, getting your gems up to 60. That's the big thing first. And then once you get everything figured out and the seasons get pretty settled, and if you just want, take the easy way out. Look at what other people are doing, copy what they do, and then at that point you just need a shit ton of keys. Just keep spamming whatever riff levels until you get the perfect riff. Then I mean, that's pretty much about it. I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't got much else to say. Probably gonna get that car set built out by what? Today's the 11th, 12th, 13th, probably 14th. Probably do something like that, showing our car set, the potential to build, because a lot of people have been asking about it. I think a lot of people would like to see it. It's a real good build for farming stuff, and it goes up to level 55 pretty good right now. It's still glitched out. Hex Chicken doesn't go off every single time, but I mean, it's still solid. It's really good. I know a lot of people in our community have been running it, and we've been farming and doing pretty good. So, I mean, that's about it. Hope you guys have a good day, and as always, I appreciate you guys watching these little vlogs, and I'll see you guys in 2 days unless something crazy happens. Debo and I'm out.